Why do some people, even earning good money, always feel financially tight, while others build wealth by facing even bigger challenges? Two people can earn the same salary, go through the same financial crisis, and have similar opportunities in front of them. Still, while one builds wealth over time, the other remains trapped in debt, frustration, and stagnation. This doesn't happen by chance, luck, or above-average intelligence. In The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, it becomes clear that the difference between those who build wealth and those who merely survive financially starts in the mind. Wealthy people train the way they think to see opportunities where most people only see obstacles, while people with a scarcity mindset focus on difficulties and end up being controlled by them. And most importantly, this difference is not something you are born with, it is learned and can be changed. According to Harv Eker, we all develop a money blueprint early in childhood, influenced by family, environment, and life experiences. This blueprint works like an autopilot, determining how we deal with challenges, risks, and financial decisions. When something goes wrong, this mental program immediately takes over. People with a poor mindset tend to see obstacles as proof that they are not capable, that the world is unfair, or that success is reserved for only a few. People with a wealthy mindset, on the other hand, view the same challenges as opportunities for learning, growth, and development. This money blueprint also explains why, when facing the same difficult situation, some people freeze while others take action. Those who are conditioned to associate money with pain, scarcity, or failure often react with fear, complaints, and a victim mentality, reinforcing the very pattern they want to escape. In contrast, those who develop a more prosperous mental framework understand that challenges are part of the financial game and that mistakes do not define who they are, but simply point to adjustments needed along the way. This difference in interpretation completely changes behavior. While some give up at the first setback, others use difficulty as fuel to act, learn, and create new opportunities. Eker emphasizes that this internal model is so powerful that, in most cases, it acts even before logic and reason. Even when two people have the same technical knowledge or access to the same information, their results tend to differ because their internal beliefs filter reality in different ways. Those who carry a scarcity-based model see excessive risk and limited opportunity, while those with an abundance mindset see possibilities where there once seemed to be no way out. That's why changing financial results requires more than simply learning about money. It requires identifying, questioning, and replacing old beliefs that no longer serve you, allowing a new mental pattern aligned with growth and prosperity to guide everyday decisions. One of the most powerful lines in the book says exactly this: wealthy people focus on opportunities, while people with a poor mindset focus on problems. It's important to understand that wealthy people do not live in a perfect world free of difficulties. On the contrary, they often deal with bigger, more complex, and riskier challenges. The real difference lies in the questions they ask when facing adversity. While someone with a scarcity mindset asks, "Why is this happening to me?" or "Who is to blame?" someone with a wealthy mindset asks, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I turn this situation into something positive?" This shift in focus completely changes how situations are perceived and handled. When the mind is trained to look for opportunities, problems stop being roadblocks and start becoming signals for growth. Instead of reacting emotionally or feeling like a victim of circumstances, a wealthy mindset encourages curiosity, learning, and action. Every challenge becomes feedback, and every setback carries valuable information that can be used to make better decisions in the future. Over time, this way of thinking creates a powerful compounding effect. By consistently asking better questions, individuals develop stronger problem-solving skills, greater emotional control, and a higher tolerance for uncertainty. This doesn't eliminate fear or difficulty, but it builds the confidence to move forward despite them. Ultimately, focusing on opportunities rather than problems is not just a financial strategy. It is a life philosophy that drives continuous growth, resilience, and long-term success. Imagine two people who lose their jobs at the exact same time. Same market, same economic scenario, same level of experience. The first person immediately panics. They focus on everything that went wrong, complain about the company, blame the economy, the government, or bad luck, and spend most of their energy reliving the problem instead of dealing with it. Fear takes control, decisions are postponed, and days turn into weeks without any real action. The second person also feels fear and uncertainty, but reacts differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask better questions: "What skills do I need to develop now?" What opportunities might exist in this situation? How can I reposition myself? They start analyzing their strengths, identifying gaps, learning something new, and exploring alternatives, whether that means changing roles, entering a new field, or building an additional source of income. The situation is exactly the same, but the path begins to change because the mindset is different. One person lets fear dictate an action, while the other uses discomfort as a signal to think, adapt, and move forward. If you want to develop this way of thinking and learn how to turn challenges like this into opportunities, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because this mindset shift is exactly what we're breaking down here, step by step. And this leads us directly to one of the most important elements in this process: the role of fear and responsibility. The book makes it very clear that fear is a decisive factor in this process. People with a poor mindset tend to avoid problems, run from responsibility, and seek security above all else. They see challenges as something negative that must be avoided at any cost. People with a wealthy mindset, however, understand that problems are part of growth and that taking responsibility is essential for financial progress. They know that wherever there is a problem, there is a hidden opportunity. After all, businesses exist to solve problems, and the bigger the problem you solve, the greater the value you create for the world, and the greater your financial reward tends to be. This contrast becomes even more evident in how each mindset reacts when things go out of control. While a poor mindset uses fear as a justification for inaction, delaying decisions, waiting for the perfect moment, or blaming external factors, a wealthy mindset learns to use fear as a signal that it is stepping outside the comfort zone. Instead of asking, "What if it goes wrong?" people with this way of thinking begin to ask, "What happens if I don't try?" This shift in attitude turns challenges into strategic opportunities and allows action to come before confidence, creating a positive cycle of learning, adaptation, and continuous financial growth. Developing a millionaire mindset requires, above all, changing the type of questions you ask yourself. People with a poor mindset often think, "What if it goes wrong? This isn't for me," or "Why is everything so hard?" These questions reinforce fear, insecurity, and paralysis. People with a wealthy mindset ask different questions, such as, "What can I learn from this? What opportunity exists here?" Or, "What is this situation trying to teach me?" Focus directs your energy, and focused energy leads to action. Consistent action leads to results. When you change the questions, you change the direction of your decisions and, as a result, your outcomes. Limiting questions push the mind to search for reasons not to act, while empowering questions force the brain to look for paths, alternatives, and solutions. Over time, this shift creates a new behavioral pattern in which action is driven by learning rather than fear. It is precisely this ongoing process of conscious questioning that builds a mindset aligned with financial growth, personal development, and long-term opportunity creation. This is why mindset always comes before strategy. Without the right internal framework, even the best financial advice or opportunities tend to be wasted. A person may have access to information, tools, and resources, but if their questions are rooted in fear and self-doubt, their actions will remain small, inconsistent, or non-existent. On the other hand, when the internal dialogue is focused on growth and learning, challenges become triggers for action rather than excuses for delay. Over time, this way of thinking compounds. Each small decision made from a place of curiosity and responsibility strengthens confidence, clarity, and resilience. Instead of waiting to feel ready, people with a wealthy mindset act first and allow confidence to be built through experience. This creates a powerful upward cycle. Better questions lead to better actions lead to better results, and better results reinforce a mindset that continuously seeks growth, opportunity, and long-term financial progress. A practical way to apply this teaching in everyday life is through a simple exercise. Think about a financial challenge you are currently facing. Instead of complaining or avoiding it, ask yourself which skills this situation requires you to develop, who has already gone through something similar and succeeded, and how this difficulty could turn into an opportunity in the medium or long term. This exercise may seem simple, but it trains the brain to search for solutions instead of excuses, exactly what the millionaire mindset teaches. Over time, this kind of practice changes how your mind automatically reacts to difficulties. Situations that once triggered anxiety, paralysis, or complaints begin to be viewed with greater clarity and objectivity. You start to act more strategically, seeking information, testing alternatives, and adjusting your direction as needed. This process does not eliminate challenges, but it makes you stronger than them. This is how a millionaire mindset is built, not by avoiding problems, but by developing the ability to face them with awareness, responsibility, and a focus on growth. In the end, the truth is simple and powerful. No one builds wealth by avoiding problems. People create wealth by learning how to solve them. The world rewards those who take responsibility, act despite fear, and can see opportunities where most people only see difficulties. Developing this way of thinking does not happen overnight, but it begins with small internal shifts, especially in how you interpret the challenges in your life. This is the Millionaire Mindset. If this content resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on which current challenge in your life could become your next great opportunity. This simple shift in perspective may be the first step toward real and lasting financial transformation.